communication and just being around people.
I can't recognize faces.
My body is never cooperating with my mind.
So one of my biggest challenges, like me being on autism spectrum, is more so when it comes to like, communication and just being around people can be a challenge for me, and just being able to adapt in situations where I don't have a whole lot of control in.
Learning how to communicate is by far my biggest and greatest ability. It is also one of my biggest challenges.
In addition to being autistic, I'm physically disabled in a way that's not readily apparent to the untrained eye. And the physical disability means I often need help, but being autistic can make that communication more difficult.
Joseph said his biggest challenge is my body. It is never cooperating with my mind.
Sometimes it's hard for me to deal with really overwhelming sensory things. And when that happens, it becomes hard for me to communicate or express what's going on. And I can just get flustered and have like a shutdown or something.
There's something out there called executive functioning. And I'm definitely struggle with like setting limits, setting boundaries. If someone asks me to do something, of course, yes, I'll do it. I'll say yes before I even know what I'm supposed to be doing. And my tone, I definitely have struggles with tone. I have been told I come off as rude sometimes, but it's not that.
There's, always challenges, with communication and sensory issues and the learning disability. But I believe that the phobia, I have a phobia of tall buildings and high ceilings, and it's really affected my life. And it's actually an obsession of mine. I always dwell on it, always.
My biggest challenges are definitely things that relate to spatial relations, also social nuances and picking up on social cues. And then I also struggle with something called face blindness, which means I can't recognize faces or have faces stored in my long-term memory. So it's very difficult for me to recognize people. And that often creates a struggle in my daily life.